A man in a protective suit stands motionless in a field, surrounded by the low drone of thousands of wings. This is not an action sequence, but the central haunting image of the Beekeeper, a film that asks us to listen to the quietest frequencies of human experience. Directed by the meticulous visual artist turned filmmaker Alistair Banks, The Beekeeper began not as a script, but as a series of photographs. Banks spent a year documenting apiarists across rural Europe, captivated by the ritualistic, almost meditative relationship between keeper and hive. This photographic diary became the film's visual Bible, insisting that every frame carry the weight of observed reality rather than cinematic fabrication. This grounding in documentary practice extended to the casting. Josh O'Connor, known for his physical transformations, didn't just act as the beekeeper Adam, he apprenticed with a master apiarist for 3 months. The production notes reveal he learned to handle frames without protective gear, developing the calm, deliberate movements that define his performance. The bees in the film are almost exclusively real. Cinematographer Maria Svensson used specially adapted macro lenses and sound dampeners to capture their world without intrusion, a technical feat that lends the film its palpable texture. The narrative is deceptively simple. Adam, a man retreating from a profound personal loss, takes a solitary job maintaining hives on a remote estate. His only human contact is the estate's owner, Clara, played with restrained melancholy by Anna Hathaway. The plot is not driven by events, but by absences, the absence of dialogue, of dramatic conflict, of explanation. Banks constructs a vacuum, and into that vacuum flows meaning. The hive becomes the film's central metaphor, but not in the simplistic way one might expect. It is not merely a symbol of community or industry. Instead, the film fixates on the hive as a perfect system of order. We see it in extreme close-up, the geometric precision of the honeycomb, the purposeful dance of the workers, the regulated temperature maintained by the collective. This order is beautiful, efficient, and utterly alien. Adam's journey is an attempt to interface with this alien order. His meticulous care, smoking the hive, inspecting the brood, harvesting honey, is a form of silent communion. He is not mastering nature, but learning its language. The film suggests that in the wake of chaos, the personal chaos of grief, the mind seeks patterns, rules, a predictable system to cling to. The hive provides that. Clara, from her manor house, represents a different kind of order. Social, historical, and crumbling. Her world is one of inherited structure, of empty rooms and unspoken rules. The estate is her hive, but it's a dying one. The conversations between Adam and Clara are sparse, often about the bees, but they are really about containment. How do we hold ourselves together? What structures, emotional, social, natural, keep us from dissolving? Banks uses sound design as a narrative layer. The omnipresent hum of the bees is not just ambiance, it's a sonic blanket, a white noise that drowns out the internal static of thought and memory. In moments of human interaction, this hum recedes, making the dialogue feel exposed, fragile. The score, by the minimalist composer Hildur Gudnadottir, is barely there, a single cello note held until it becomes part of the landscape's own resonance. A pivotal wordless sequence occurs midway. A storm threatens the hives. Adam works through the night, not to save them. The film is clear that nature is indifferent to his efforts, but to perform the ritual of care, Clara watches from her window. The scene is lit only by his headlamp and distant lightning. It is a ballet of futility and necessity, arguing that meaning is found not in outcomes but in the committed act itself. The film's most insightful theme emerges here, the tension between isolation and connection. Adam is physically isolated, yet deeply connected to the non-human world of the hive. Clara is surrounded by the artifacts of human connection, a large house, family portraits, but is emotionally marooned. The film posits that connection is not a matter of proximity, but of attention. Adam connects through focused, silent attention to the bees. The possibility of human connection between him and Clara flickers only in similarly attentive, silent moments. This is reflected in the film's visual composition. Banks and Svensson favor static, symmetrical shots, often framing Adam centrally within the vast, flat landscape or within the strict confines of the apiary. He is a small figure within a large, ordered system. When the camera does move, it is with slow, deliberate pans mimicking the scanning gaze of a beekeeper inspecting a frame. The viewer is placed in the position of an observer, learning to see the world with Adam's patient eyes. The conclusion offers no grand reconciliation or dramatic revelation. The seasons turn. Some hives thrive, others succumb to disease. Adam's quiet routine continues. Clara makes a small, tentative gesture, leaving a cup of tea on his workbench. The film ends as it began, with the hum of the hive, now familiar, almost comforting. The Beekeeper ultimately is not about bees at all. It is a study in aftermath. It asks what we do in the silent spaces left by loss. Do we build new structures? Do we tend to the structures that remain, even if they are not our own? Adam finds a form of peace not by solving his grief, but by externalizing it into a ritual of care for another fragile, complex system. The film achieves a rare intimacy by refusing to explain its characters. It respects their silence, inviting us to project our own understandings of order, chaos, and the quiet work of holding on. In an era of cinema defined by noise and explanation, The Beekeeper is a potent reminder of the stories that are told in the spaces between words, in the focus of a gaze, and in the steady humming work of a world just outside our own. It leaves us with a lingering question, one that resonates long after the screen fades to black. In seeking order, are we building a sanctuary, or are we ourselves becoming the careful, solitary keepers of our own silent hives? Thank you for watching until the end. We pour our passion into every single video essay, exploring the stories behind the movies we all love. If you stumbled upon this video by chance, there is a very high probability you might never see our channel again in your feed. So please take a moment to hit that subscribe button, leave a like, and ring the bell. We are actively growing this community of cinema lovers, and your support is what helps us make our content better and more insightful every single day. Let's explore the magic of filmmaking together. See you in the next one.